got more photos to edit. Let's get this going. Wait, what? Why are you on? What are you doing here? You're usually over there. Why did you move? Why are you on? Right, tech news. I forgot. My bad. Yeah, you're right. We should get into it. Let's go. Hey guys, just want to let you know before we get started, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Friday. So if you're curious about what's upcoming in the news, or you just want a place to hang out and ask questions, make sure to come hop on over, hang out, chill, talk about all types of random crap. So see you guys over there. Let's get into the news, shall we? First up, we got our DDR3 pricing, interestingly enough. Yeah, I know you're wondering, it's like, dude, we run on DDR4. DDR5 is about to come out. Why are you talking about DDR3? Well, a lot of enterprise stuff is still running on DDR3, funny enough, along with a lot of used components and stuff is dictated by the new market as well. So if something like what's happening right now, the price of DDR3 going up might also mean the used price is going up right now. Both SK Hynix and Samsung have dialed back their production of DDR3, and because of that, if the demand stays the same, it does mean that the prices will inherently go up. So if you're looking for DDR3 in the near future, hop on it soon. It's going to be increasing up to potentially 20% already, and then by the end of the year, up to potentially 50% more. So if you need DDR3, hop on it soon because it ain't going to be cheap for much longer. Next one up we have is a rumor, so make sure to take it with a little bit of salt. Well, probably a lot of salt, but you know what? Who knows? We'll find out. Where Gigabyte has done now a filing with the EEC patents for 6 new GPUs. So this might mean that the rumored release for next month in March for the RX 6700 XT could possibly be the case. So these 6 graphics cards are 1 reference card, 2 Eagle, 2 gaming, and 1 Aorus GPU. One of the gaming and one of the Eagles come factory overclocked, and then we also have an Aorus one, which is, it's their typical Aorus. It's just going to be beastly. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually is the case. We'll have to keep an eye out for more, but hopefully this does mean the 6700 XT is around the corner with that sweet 12 gigs of VRAM. Also, hopefully there's a lot of supply because, man, people are going to be pissed if this is just like, gone in an instant. So we shall see. Speaking of AMD, we have another rumor. So remember that salt from last time? I hope you brought extra because it's another rumor. They just keep on coming. Anyways, we have a rumor that AMD might be working with Samsung soon to help alleviate some of the strain that's being put on TSMC. However, AMD theoretically did end up signing a deal with TSMC to ramp up production by 50% potentially, but them also tapping Samsung could be incredibly helpful too. Depends currently what they might be tapping them for, currently unknown. We do know there is a deal already with AMD and Samsung for Samsung cell phones for their Exynos chip. So them expanding it doesn't seem too far-fetched, really. This could be lower-end Navi GPUs. This could potentially go all the way to CPUs. Who knows? We'll find out. And our next topic we have is Apple, funny enough. Apple, in this case, there was a rumor potentially that they will be doing some VR stuff, VR, AR, debatable on which one it is. However, we do seem to have a sketch of like some goggles. Seems like it legitimately looks like someone took, those chemistry goggles you had in science class, slapped an iPhone in front of it, bent it, and then put the headband thing from their new headphones. Looks silly. It's probably just like a mock-up or whatever, but it looks ridiculous. Anyways, what's not ridiculous is the specs. The specs are supposedly supposed to be 2 8K modules, so it's a 8K screen per eye, And then we have 12 cameras to track hand and environmental, their own Apple Silicon, AR pass-through, so that you can end up seeing what's around you so you don't end up bumping into things, because that definitely happened to people. Guarantee it. Someone just straight up just backhand someone while they're like trying to play like Beat Saber or something. More than likely it's happened. 100%. It'll be very interesting to see where Apple ends up taking this, because Apple isn't exactly known for being in this industry yet. So this is their first foray into this industry, so it's very curious to see what they'll end up doing if these are actually true. This also is pretty much an Oculus Quest that costs $3,000. How, I don't know. Actually, I do know how. It's expensive. It's Apple. But we'll see how it goes. They might surprise us. We'll see. Our last topic for the day is actually kind of a PSA. So if you have an NZXT H1, hopefully you have sent it back to NZXT, because if you haven't, you have a very decent risk of fire. And I don't mean like, ooh, sparks pretty. No, I mean like legit catch it on fire and potentially burn your house down. Very bad. Just don't risk it. Just take it, send it back, let them deal with it, buy a new case. If you want to figure out what case to buy, you can swing on over. I'll help you pick out a new one. Now, here's the reason why. This was brought to our attention. NZXT first was like, sorry, there's an issue. We're going to send you a fix. They took it off the market, sent out a fix to a bunch of people who had bought it. That fix was just nylon screws. So it was the riser. They were saying originally it was the screws in the riser cable that were causing a short, which was half true, and their fix was to throw in nylon screws instead of having the steel screws. That wasn't entirely the case. It was like half the problem. It's basically like putting a band-aid on the problem, but you're still bleeding out. Wasn't the right thing. Gamers Nexus did a lot of investigative reporting for this, did a lot of testing. They had 2 units, one before the nylon screw fix, tried the nylon screw fix, and then one after their fix, so after the original oops. They ended up finding that the issue wasn't necessarily the screw, it was the riser cable. The riser cable was made very poorly, and it was sending a 12 volt down to ground, which will therefore cause a short and therefore fire. It's very bad. If you want to see their video on it, I will link it down below on their whole thing. Very happy they ended up looking into it. NZXT finally has pulled the H1 off shelves, period, for the time being, and has also removed it from their build store. And if there's anyone who still has the H1, they're going to be sending PCIe riser replacements to actually fix the problem completely this time, instead of just giving you screws and saying good luck. If you have an H1, send it back, please, for risk of fire, for the love of God. And that is it for the Weekly Tech Wrap-Up. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, if you did like it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for future content. If you want a sneak peek of what's coming up for these videos, or you just want a place to hang out, I stream every Tuesday and Friday. Be sure to come hang out on Twitch. With that, I think that's it. Have a blessed day or night, wherever you guys are. See you guys next episode. Peace. This is their first. I need to stop freaking kicking. Why are mic stands awful? Freaking keep kneeing it. Anyway, where was I? Right, that thing. Why can't I talk? I should be able to remember things. I just can't, apparently. Oh well. Anyways, moving on. What was my outro?